Good evening and welcome to night number 5 then of cricket here in Gibraltar. We've got 2 more very exciting games for you coming up. The Entertainers taking on the Sloggers CC. I'm certainly looking forward to it. Let's get right into the action. You're watching the FanCode European Cricket T10 here in Gibraltar with me, Charlie Hunt, on the European Cricket Network.
Yeah, that's exactly where we are at the moment. Then the Europa Point Stadium here in Gibraltar. And well, that drone shot certainly makes it look a little bit warmer than what it is at the moment, because it is a Baltic evening here at the most southern point in Europe. And we can go ahead and I can pass on the information to you then that for this first game here in match number 9, Sloggers have won the toss and they're going to go ahead and elect to bat first. Taking a look at the lineups then, no real major changes for Sloggers. Lee James Graham comes into the frame of things for the first time, as does Christian Barbada, as does Sean Salethia as well. But looking at the likes of Zamet, Stagno and Freyon at the top of the order, then those 3 are crucial for the Sloggers. Then look at the Entertainers, 1 for 3 at the moment, sat bottom of the table up until this point. Jack Horrocks comes into the frame of things, as does Thomas Phillips, David Powers and Todd Bedsom for the Entertainers. So they're making their debut in this tournament this year. Miles Goodfellow, of course, the captain for Entertainers. Avinash Pai, Paddy Hatchman, Louis Bruce, that top 3. They are, again, the main source of runs. Avinash Pai hasn't quite had the best of tournaments. He'll be first to admit that. He was in the live chat yesterday, and that's exactly what he was saying. He was mentioning the fact that he was struggling, and he is still carrying a bit of an injury, so I think we'll see as to whether or not he comes out all guns blazing. But Sloggers winning the toss then, batting first, and this is the expected score. Interestingly enough, expected score of 98, plays 96 in what you probably argue is the other way that we'd expect it. 98 for the Entertainers, 96 for the Sloggers. That certainly is an interesting one. But a very good evening, though, to everyone in the chat, to Chris, to Dave, to many others, and to Steve as well. But this is what we've got then. This is the stats got at the moment. This is interesting. So batting second has the most probability at the moment of taking a victory here in Gibraltar in 2023. This is up to, of course, last evening's matches. Yeah, batting first has a lower win percentage of 46.7. You can see there, 2022, it will split straight down the middle, 22 games with 11 apiece. But at the moment, it's 5 ticks on 3 for batting second to go ahead and take on the victory. Very good evening, though, to everyone on YouTube, or if you're watching in the subcontinent in India. I hope you're enjoying the coverage on FanCode for the 5th evening of cricket here in Gibraltar. And what a first 4 nights of cricket we have had. Of course, top of the table at the moment. They're looking pretty comfortable. The Pirates, of course, taking 3 victories and that 1 loss that they took yesterday against the Sloggers. That certainly is an interesting one. But Kapil Mapuri as well. He's the sort of one of 4 main stars at the moment for the Sloggers 11. But we won't be seeing him yet, as it does look as if it is going to be the predicted opening pair of Julian Ferrone and Brian Zamet. As you can see there, the on-field umpires for this evening's first match. That's Sebastian Maynard and Gareth Gomez. And alongside Michael Charge. Chargy is the 3rd umpire for this evening's games once again. There you go, then confirmation 2 openers for Sloggers, Ferrone and Zamet. Again, in fine form at the moment. Zamet second in the run scorers at the moment. He's second to the only Ian Lattin. He's on 191 at the moment, but Brian Zamet is on 133, so he's still quite a long way behind. But that average for Ian Lattin sitting at 95.5 at the moment. Of course, Kenroy Nestor of the Pirates scored a very well-made 62 not out in a couple days ago. And Louis Bruce is going to be Louis Bruce will be opening the bowling for the entertainers. It's a lot of pressure on the young man's shoulders. I know that a lot of people are serious fans of Louis Bruce, and understandably, you can understand as to why. Because he's proven to be a very calm and collected customer, both with bat and ball, that is, as well. Not just a master of trades in one area, in multiple. Of course, took a couple of good catches as well, and his fielding's been pretty superb as well. Good inning to Officer as well. Ready to get underway then in match number 9. It's Louis Bruce. And this is just pushed confidently into the offside. And he wanted a pretty quick single, but won't get it. That's a good start though from Bruce. It's right on the money. It's a very brisk evening in Gibraltar. This is short and he swats away at this. That's the shot he was trying to play, but it didn't quite come out that way in the first time of asking. This was pushed through a little bit, might have pushed him for pace, right on that shoulder line. It's a good delivery first up though. Good first 2 deliveries here for Louis Bruce. You can see in the background of that frame. This is up in the air, hasn't quite got all of it. He'll come through. That is well fielded by David Powers. His first game of the tournament. It's an early involvement. So Frioni taking his first delivery then. This is short, and this is a lovely shot. And that will be 1 bounce 4. Excellent from Julian Frioni. He rides the bounce pretty nicely. And that's just too short. And he gives him the license, and he pounces on it. Lovely shot. And what a way to get off the mark. 4 more. Very nice shot there from Frioni. Needs a response, does the young Bruce. It's short again, and this time trying to get that cut into view. Misses out though. That was an excellent uppercut shot though, just 2 deliveries ago. You can see that one just a little bit fuller, but still a shorter ball. That seems to be the plan that he's gone for. Very good evening to Mike Seal as well. Thank you very much for tuning in on a nice Tuesday evening. It's not the warmest of days here in Gibraltar today. And this time will just be, or should just be, a single, and it will be, as the fielder down in the deep. That's Lee Sims, and it will just be a single to end the over. 6 for none then after 1. And well, this is what's going on at the moment. And as I mentioned, the top batsman for both sides, and you look at that top 3 for the Sloggers, Zamet, Stagno and Frioni. Of course, they haven't got a couple of players, but when you've got those 3 in your squad, you're going to be pretty happy. And then you look at the top bowlers as well. Midpudi was pretty eventful yesterday. Took 3 in 1 over. It wasn't for a hat-trick, but it's still 3 in an over. And look at the entertainers. They just haven't quite been able to click as a team. Bruce top scoring at 69 at the moment, but it's just not enough runs on the board. That's kind of been their issue throughout the tournament, early on and especially. And then wickets shared at 2 apiece for Louis Bruce and Harshdeep Singh. So, new bowler then. It's going to be Jack Horrocks. He's going to take this second over, his first involvement in this tournament as well. Looking forward to seeing what he can bring to the table. See if he can get the Entertainers out of a bit of a rut. Here is Jack Horrocks, bit of left arm seam up. And his first delivery of the tournament isn't a bad one. Starts off with a nice dot ball. That angle across that right-handed batsman is a good option to have. Of course, played for the Calpe Giants in last year's tournament, did Jack Horrocks. Only took 3 wickets. Probably would have felt he was worth a few more. He'll be hoping to try and pick up a few here, though. 3 wickets would put him at the top of the wicket takers for the Entertainers. This time back of a length, and it will just be ran down. Sims will collect once more, and it's yet again another single. You can see there, return of that clock there. If you're wondering what that is on the bottom of your screen, that's how long the bowling side have got to get through their overs. They've got to get to the start of the last over before that clock hits 0. Otherwise, they face a penalty. This will be a leg side wide. First one of the game. Horrocks just getting that one a bit wrong. Horrocks then. Good early start though, just lost it on that second delivery. There you go, Michael providing an answer as to the spelling of the Entertainers club name. Oh dear. Horrocks takes a bit of a tumble. Glad to see that he hasn't done any damage. He's walking okay after that one. I think that right foot just slips. It's that left foot, in fact. And that one's never nice to see, of course. We had a bit of rain over the last 12 hours or so, but the pitch was covered. But you might just find a little bit that just seeks through every now and then. But hopefully, that shouldn't cause any more issues. Of course, safety will always come first before anything. This is high in the air. This has gone very high. I don't think it's going to land anywhere near a player. It doesn't. It falls very safely in the end. Ends up being a pretty simple single. But an early rush of blood from Zamet. Bit of a loose delivery from Horrocks, possibly just holding himself back after taking that slip before that delivery. It was a little bit early on that one, was Zamet, possibly because it was a little bit of a slower delivery. Pushed into the offside, and this is good running as he gets back. Well backed up though. There's another single. Very good evening to Wazza. Wazza's joined us in the chat. How are you, Wazza? Welcome. You've been lurking over the last couple of days. I've seen you've been doing your duties as a moderator. Of course, we do thank all of our moderators, because without them, it's very helpful to create the community that we have here on the European Cricket Network. Oh dear, this one's a slower delivery and it's wide, and you do just get the feeling that slip has taken a bit of effect on him mentally. Just doesn't seem to be able to have that confidence that he can go in and bowl at full pelt. This time it's up in the air. I think it's going to fall safe, and it will do yet again. Oh dear, it's all happening. Powers was trying to just prevent that from going any further. Almost kicked it over the rope. Doesn't end up going all the way. It will just be a 2 more, but you take a look here. He gets a bit of spin on it, comes off the shin. Ends up being Miles Goodfellow who does the work. An eventful delivery once more, and Zamet yet again living life on the edge. pulled and pulled nicely. This time more control from Zamet, and he reaps the rewards. Lovely shot and a lovely result at the end of the over. 4-2 the total, and at the end of the second over, Sloggers, they're sat on 17 for none. Very good good evening to Joshua as well. Welcome back, Joshua. It's nice to see you popping back in. It's always good to see the regulars come in. Of course, it's always good to see everyone tuning in as well. This is the story then so far after the last 4 nights of cricket. 4 matches played per team. And Pirates, they're on top at the moment by 2 points. Of course, 3 wins and a loss. That loss coming yesterday against the Sloggers. Sloggers 2 apiece. And they're looking pretty confident. But the team that's just struggling at the moment, is the team on your screen at the moment, is the Entertainers. Just haven't quite clicked at the current moment in time. Someone's saying in the chat that Harrison's injured. I don't think he is. He's in the squad. Avinash Pai is going to take this next over, bowling the last over of the power play. And he starts with a well-directed delivery. A bit of a special day for Avinash Pai, as today is his birthday. We'll be hoping for a bit of luck, and that's an excellent delivery. That one going on with the arm and floating past the outside edge. The birthday boy seems like he's up for it today. It's a very promising start. I won't mention how old Avinash Pai turns today, but a very happy birthday to him. Again, good fellow. He's on it pretty quickly. It's just another dot ball. And Avinash Pai yet to concede a run.
Attack the ball, fellas, yeah?
And again, Avinash Pai.
Good, Nasty, very good, mate.
He's on it. He is on it like a car bonnet this evening. Not letting anything get past him, and he's bowling superbly. 4 deliveries and still yet to concede a run. Asking the question, turns it down. And I think due to the angle that he's coming around, my initial instinct is that it's pitching outside leg. We'll take a look here. That's certainly pitching outside leg. Would have been going on to hit the stumps, but pitching outside leg. But it's a good start though. Avinash Pai, a dot here, and it's a maiden, and he'll take that on his birthday. Pushed hard, and it's bounced off, and there could be trouble here, and he's got him. Well, that is incredible scenes. There was an absolute nightmare of a misfield, and they tried to, it looked as if Freone was trying to get the second run off a misfield, and Zamet was looking like he didn't want anything to do with it. He stood his ground and sent his opening partner packing, and he has to go. It's the first wicket to fall, and what an eventful way to finish quite a quiet over. And at the end of the third, Sloggers 18 for 1. You see there, it comes off the shin. And I believe that looks as if it's Horrocks, and then he recovers with a beautiful throw. It's an excellent bit of fielding. We see it again here. It's a good shot straight to the man. They take him on, which causes a misfield, but he recovers off his own bowling and has the sense of mind to, that's a superb throw out. What an absolute incredible throw from a position where his balance was completely off, but he managed to keep the accuracy in, and that's all she wrote. Ryan goes. It's now 18 for 1 then, after the power play, going at 6s at the moment. New batsman is the very dangerous Karen Stagno coming in at number 3. He's ever present in this position then for Sloggers. Averaging 34 at the moment. He's got 104 runs to his name with the best of 35 against the Pirates. He had to make that half century, but he's batted very well, and his strike rate is what's rather incredible. 226 is his strike rate at the moment. He's going to be facing another over from the man who just got a sensational run out. It's going to be Horrocks. And this is just pushed into the onside and not looking to push for a second at this time. Of course, Zamet had no interest in taking on the second run at all. But what a bit of fielding that was. Off balance entirely.
Very good, mate.
On the money once more from Horrocks, back of a length, top of the off stump. It's pushed yet again from Zamet for another single. Zamet, of course, with that one boundary into that leg side, a very elegant pull shot. Avinash Pai conceding his one run off his over. Superb first over from the birthday man. This is struck hard, and Avinash Pai will eventually collect it, and it will just be a single. Of course, Avinash Pai on his birthday. Has always been carrying a bit of an injury on, I think it's his knee at the moment. This one here. Zamet takes one on the back from Avinash Pai. Oh, well, what would you know? It's Brian Zamet's birthday as well. There you go. Bit of a birthday affair here this evening in Gibraltar. Avinash Pai, one birthday boy, throws the ball against the back of another. Well, there you go. Who would have known? Who would have thought it, huh? 2 birthdays, both playing against each other, and both of them will have a crucial part to play. Short, and again just pushed. It gets through the first man, but Simmers is there to do the rest of the work. Of course, Lee Sims most likely will be seeing him with the ball in hand at some point. This time will just be pushed into the leg side, and it will just be a single to end the over. 4 overs down then. Sloggers 23 for 1. And we won't see Avinash Pai up against Brian Zamet, the 2 birthday boys. Max Hill says, you know, he's buying the beers tonight. Well, there you go. I can put a guess onto it. Stagnate 3 for 3 off of 3. Brian Zamet 10 off 9 at the moment. Desvani, of course, in mid-putty. I'm putting my hunch on the fact that mid-putty will be the next batsman to come to the crease. Avinash Pai is going to bowl out his over then. His allotted amount, his 2 overs.
Actually, it's not that cold. No. Because there's no wind. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Once the wind goes down, it's fine. Run, National! Down the fight.
Stagno on strike. Normally does give himself a couple of deliveries just to get his eye in. However, after that, it's a destruction course and a demolition derby normally. It's just the ball's in play. They've got to be cautious of this time. Just making sure they get everything correct, but they have got to be cautious of the time. 21 minutes left then to get to the 9th over. Yeah, we're almost ready to get underway. It is Avinash Pai then to start the 5th over. This is slapped down the ground right off the toe end of the bat though. And it's just another 1 run.
Go on the pie. Let's keep ticking.
And this is just back of a length. So yet again, just another single. So I haven't really been overly aggressive, have sloggers. Just 2 boundaries, 2 fours. 1 for Ferroni and 1 for Zamet. And this is into the offside, and there could be an opportunity here. Throws wayward though. It was a risky run. It was straight to the man at backward point. But once more, still just keeping this over. Very quiet again is Avinash Pai, just 2 off it so far. Leg side again, dragged for just a single. Tries to give himself some room, and he's done so exactly. The chase is on. Chase is on for Powers. And he does cut it off, and it will just be 2 more. Does well to keep it from going for that boundary. But Avinash Pai, he's only gone for 7 so far. Can he keep this down to a minimum? Again, just overhitting. It's Stagno really trying to be aggressive with his intent, but he isn't able to do so, and it's another quiet over. This one only goes for 7 runs, and at the end of the 5 overs gone, Sloggers 30 for 1. Very good evening, though, to everyone tuning in around the world. It's another brisk evening here in Gibraltar. You'll see by how many layers I've got on at the moment. The beanie's on, I've got a snood on as well. It's very, very cold. And I know a lot of people are feeling it, but it's a lot of hard work by everyone here at the ground, and without a lot of people here, then none of this would be possible, of course. But the situation then, 30 for 1 after 5, possibly you'd argue a little bit lackluster from Sloggers so far. Haven't really shown much intent. Of course, the bowling has been pretty good though, and it's been fair to say that Entertainers seem as if they're up for this one. Of course, they took a victory in their last time out, but they'll be feeling and knowing that they need to go ahead and get a few more, because otherwise this tournament will slowly run away from them. Louis Bruce back into the attack then. For 6 runs in his first over, which did concede a boundary as well. Stagno with the extra pace. You feel he might be taking him on here. It's a tentative sway of the bat, but he's going to get a little bit lucky, and it's going to be a 4. It's going to race away. Just a bit of a nothing push at it, really, from Karen Stagno, but gets his boundary count open with an unconvincing 4. Advances, and that is out of here. See you later. New ball, please, because that is out of the ground. 6 more. And it was only a matter of time from Stagno, and that is one of the best shots of the tournament so far, because that has flown off the face of the bat. And, well, that is 6 on any ground in the world.
Come on, Louis. First one, innit?
There's a piece here. Look at Singh in the background. That reaction tells you all you need to know, because that was hit, and hit hard. And I think seeing, well, you might be thinking, and hopefully that's not done any damage outside the ground. But that is a huge shot from Stagno. It was only a matter of time until he wanted to take it on. Needs a response, does Bruce. Back of a length. Good comeback, though, from the young Louis Bruce.
Brilliant, Lou. Good comeback, mate. That's 2-1 for you, Lou.
Louis Bruce,
Twice there, Lou.
after being dispatched over his head, and that was out of the ground, so could have done some damage. We'll find out later on, though. Zamet on strike. Pulled nicely. That'll be 4. Nice shot from Zamet. Anything you can do, I can do better, says Brian Zamet. And once more, we've seen him already on the pull, and well, this one is even better. That's in front of square and slapped hard, and it's going to add 4 more to that total. Louis Bruce under pressure here then in the early half of match number 9. Fuller outside edge. Oh, it's done him all ends up. It's gone all the way. It's another boundary. And this over is on the verge of going magical. A tentative push, and the fielder at short third man is almost just got bamboozled by it. It's another 4, and that will bring them ever closer to that 50 mark. 49 for 1 at the moment. This over's gone for 19 already. This is just pushed offside. It will go magical. It will be 20 off that over. Big over for Sloggers. 50 for 1 after 6. This is the story then for the bowlers so far. Louis Bruce goes wicketless for 26 runs off his 2 overs. He won't be wanting to watch those highlights back, especially if that last over going for 20. He only conceded 6 off his first, but went for 20 off that last over. I'm being told in my ear that it's National Compliments Day, so go ahead, get your compliments in. Not to me, of course, about the cricket going on. It's always nice to get a bit of information in your ear when you're on the job. Sims, new bowler then. We'll just be hoping that he can keep it as quiet as possible. Anything under 90 you feel is below par here. This is a short, loose delivery, slapped. And it's misfielded by Tom Bedson, but collected in the end from Gideon Crichton. I would expect to be bowling that last over. He normally only gets 1 over, and it is normally that one at right at the death. Stagno then. Oh, it's a hit-me ball. It's up in the air. Is this a big mistake? It's not. It gets no way near it, if truth be told, does Tom Bedson. And after a pretty rank loose delivery, it's only going to cost them 1 run. And well, Sims just got away with one there. Stagno probably should have just let that one go, but he doesn't. He just gets 1 for it. I think the entertainers will be pretty happy just to concede 1 off that ball. This time he's right up in the block hole. And straight back on the money is Lee Sims.
What's that there?
Slapped hard down the ground. And eventually, Jack Horrocks will take that on just the 1. He almost got himself into a bit of a muddle. Managed to get his way out of it though. This is clipped and clipped nicely. That's 4 more. Stagno, he looks as if he's here to mean business once again. And so much so he gets a goal for his trouble as well. Nice shot, clipped off that leg pad. That's another 4.
Off the surface.
Advances, hit and hit well. And Avinash Pai almost does the unthinkable. I think he knew that the wicket of Stagno was worth the risk of possibly conceding a boundary. But he almost took a blinder. It would have been a sensational catch. It would have counted. In the end, it only concedes 1 run as well. And that 1 run means that Sloggers are 58 for 1 after 7. Possibly going to be about 9 overs to bowl this last over, and it's not going to be Crichton to bowl the last final over. He potentially will do, of course, bowling the 8th now. He might get his 2 overs, which is probably an over more than he normally would get. Stagno on strike, 25 off 13 for him, up against Crichton. And he's got him. It's the big wicket, the big man. He has to go. Trying to play a wild shot down the ground, plays all round it, bit of in-swing from Gideon Crichton. And his first ball is the all-important wicket. It's the second one to go, Sloggers, 58 for 2. Always moving in with the angle. And Crichton, he's very happy with that one, and rightly so as well. Super delivery. And he gets a very good wicket as well in a very dangerous current. Stagno has to go. Desvani is the new batsman coming out to the middle for Sloggers. It's a good start then for Gideon Crichton. Doesn't quite get much better than that, than removing arguably the most informed batsman at the moment for the Sloggers. That shows you how cold that even though he's just got out, he's straight on to put that coat on in the background after getting out. Races inside for protection, and understandably so. Desvani then, the man coming in at number 4 for Sloggers. 58 for 2 on the board. And this one, I think there may have just been a bit of ban involved. I think that could have been the saviour for Rahul Desvani, otherwise he could have been sent on his way. Another look here, it's pretty much a similar delivery. And possibly, you'd argue, even if he hasn't hit it, may just be missing, but the impact there just below the thigh pad. Just 2 excellent deliveries first up from Gideon Crichton, however. Well, make that 3 excellent deliveries because he gets them all ends up top of middle stump. It doesn't quite get much better than that for Gideon Crichton. That's his second in the over. And this is a bit of a collapse for the Sloggers. They're now 58 for 3. That one again, just a wild swing, a wild swipe into that onside, and it's no way near it. There's no doubt about that one. And he has to go without troubling the scorers. He goes for none. Sloggers 58 for 3. He's got the license to go for it. You would go with that idea, but even so, it's a disappointing start to the evening for Desvani. Makes that long walk back to the dugout.
Go on, fellas, let's go! Good wicket. Test that grill out, kids! that'll make him shut up.
58 for 3 means that the informed bowler, Kabir Midpuri, coming in at number 5. Bit of an all-rounder, though. He's up against Gideon Crichton, who's a little bit on fire at the moment. 3 deliveries, no runs conceded, 2 wickets to his name. We'll be thinking of another. There's a serious sign of lateral movement. That's good work from down at fine leg, at third man even. And it's just a single. See here, that one just starting a lot more outside that offside, that off stump. But still, it's a tidy delivery nonetheless, though, from Crichton.
5 out, innit? Come on, finish well.
Kids, come on, mate. Oh, yeah.
And again, angling in. There's not much more that Zammit can do apart from just clip this into the leg side.
Come on, finish well. Top over this.
Good this, kid.
Gets funky and executes it perfectly. Lovely shot from Midpuri. He's showing his style once more out in the middle. And he says, well, even though you're bowling pretty well, I'm going to try and make you do something different. And Midpuri gets the last laugh as the over finishes with a very nice boundary. 4 more. And at the end of the 8, Sloggers 64 for 3. Story so far then, that big over, the 6th, going for 20. Means that it's going to be Lee Sims who's going to take this 9th over. And he's right in the block off straight away. It'll just be a single pushed out to Avinash Pai, the birthday boy. As that ball was hit by Brian Zammit, the birthday boy, as well. Zimmer looks as if he's being told to get a bit of a move on. That clock dwindling down. Goes for it again. Misses out. Excellent from Lee Sims. Signal a while, but I don't know if it's going to stick. As if anything, I think that's... yeah, it has been reversed, rightly so as well. And even still, not happy though. This one will be a wide down that leg side this time. And Puri finally gets the wide he was wanting. Just took him an extra delivery. Push legs onto that offside, and yet again, this time is cleanly taken once more by Tom Bedson. I've got to get these last 3 deliveries in then. In a minute and a half, they should be okay. This is slapped hard, and that'll be 4. That's an excellent shot. And once more, Brian Zammit picking up exactly where Stagno left off. And it's another beautiful pull shot. But it also means that that timer keeps on tumbling down. They've got to get through these last 2 deliveries then. Full toss, slapped hard. Avinash Pai will keep it to just a single. It's been called a no ball. Oh dear, oh dear. It's gone from bad to worse. That's been called a no ball. No ball then, free hit time. And it's going to be another one as it's down leg. It's another free hit then. Oh, it's another free hit, it's another wide. And that will be another two deliveries still remaining with this free hit. Needs to be legal. It is, and it's a dot ball. Final delivery of the over. It won't be. It's another wide, and Sims is getting this all wrong, isn't he? Can't quite find that rhythm yet again. He's been a pretty tidy bowler for the Entertainers. However, he's costing his team quite a bit here. This is just turned around the corner. However, there's a man at fine leg, and it will just be a dot ball. So that'll be the end of the over. And that will mean Sloggers are 81 for 3 after 9 at the moment. So we're going to get confirmation here then. 5 penalty runs against the fielding side. Too slow. And they weren't able to get through those 9 overs quick enough. And it means that 5 penalty runs will be awarded. So that's a big moment in the game. Those wides and those no balls ending up being rather detrimental for the Entertainers, as there's questions all around the ground as to what's happening. But confirmation there then. 5 penalty runs for not getting through the allotted overs within the time constrictions. So that 81, that'll become 86 for 3. Final over, it's Crichton. And that one is a superb delivery first up. He's been right on the money almost every single delivery, it has to be said. Right in the block hole. Zamet does well to get any bit of bad on it. Yeah. This is pulled nicely. Avinash Pai is out there, and he doesn't take it, but he prevents an almost certain boundary in a 6, and I think that's almost what he's more concerned about, preventing that boundary. What would have been a certain maximum. Yeah, he wasn't really too bothered about taking a catch. There's a possibility of palming over to Louis Bruce, but doesn't go for it in the end. Offside. Singh. Oh, there's a bit of a mix-up here. And he's going to be safe. Good fellow going for the underarm attempt. And Mid-Putty even has the time to pick up his hat at the halfway stage of the crease. So they will eventually come back for, I think that's just 2. See there, he got stranded. I thought he was going to be in the way of the ball. Wasn't, though. Binge Watch just getting in there and talking about the rule. It's the 6th wicket that you end up getting additional time. Looks to turn around the corner, and he takes the catch. Excellent catch from Goodfellow. And Mid-Putty trying to be a little bit too fancy in this last over. Trying to turn it around the corner and trying to get fancy with it once more, but gets the inside edge. And Miles Goodfellow takes a well-earned catch. And it's another wicket to fall. And Sloggers are 84 for 4. Of course, those penalty runs, meaning 5 more to that total. New batsman is Lee Graham, who is down to be the wicketkeeper as well for Sloggers. Of course, they have Raul Desvani and also Kyron Stagno, but you never know, Kyron Stagno might be carrying a bit of an injury. It'll be interesting to see who does come out as the wicketkeeper, though, for the Sloggers. Well, Graham doesn't take any guard. He means business. 2 balls left in the innings then. He tries the exact same shot that was just failed to be executed. And he doesn't get anything for his troubles. It's a dot ball. And this is a very tidy spell from Crichton. Final delivery then. Goes for it again and gets nothing from it. Interesting shot selection from the last 2 batsmen in the innings. And the last 3 shots were all ramp shots, and all 3 of them were unsuccessful. No runs in the last 3 deliveries, meaning that the Sloggers finish on 84 for 4 after their 10 overs, setting 85 for the victory for the Entertainers. Of course, Brian Zammit in amongst it once more for the Sloggers, finishing as the top scorer. No real surprise, the opener. He's been a real force to be reckoned with for the Sloggers. Going to the highlights then of the first innings of match number 9, and it was a really good start for Ferroni, who hit one of the best shots of the tournament with that uppercut, and then Zammit with a lovely couple of pull shots into that onside. Really looks confident whenever it's in that area. But this was a big moment. This was an incredible bit of work from Horrocks. Not that bit. That misfield was a little bit embarrassing, but he won't care too much. Off balance throw, and he gets the direct hit. And the birthday boy was off, was Avinash Pai. He was pretty happy, but it brought Kyron Stagno to the crease, and he again got off to a pretty nervy start. But then he hit the 6 of the tournament. That was the longest one yet. That was out of the ground, and we'll be needing a new ball after that, as he ended up finishing on 25 off of just 14 deliveries. Zammit did get a little bit lucky though. There was a few ones that just evaded the fielders. This one was a lucky one for Sims though. Wasn't the night to remember for him. That one could have been very expensive, but eventually only cost them the 1 run. That was a nice shot though from Kyron Stagno. 2 4s and a 6 for him, striking at what he would probably argue is a slow one going for him. 178 strike rate. That was put down by Avinash Pai, and 9 times out of 10 you probably see Pai not really going for that one. But he went for it. Didn't cost him too much though. Gideon Crichton was the star of the first half of the night for the Entertainers. In his first over picked up 2 for not very many, and he ended up picking up an extra 1 in his last over, and he finishes with excellent figures of 3 for 9. That was a good shot from mid-putty. However, he tried it again later on and it didn't pay off, as that was another excellent pull shot, that time a little bit more in front of square from Brian Zammit. He finished on 31 not out off of 23. Another excellent bit of work from Avinash Pai. He won his birthday. Seems as if he means business as well. He went for none for 8 off of his 2 overs. Very economical. Wasn't able to pick up a wicket. Well, this was a bit of a crazy moment. Mid-putty is a very animated character, and then eventually they do come through for that extra run, and he has enough time to pick up his hat in the process as well. And then next ball got out to a pretty poor attempt at the scoop shot. Got it all wrong. Tried to play it a few times, managed to execute it once, but wasn't meant to be again, which meant the Sloggers finished on 84 for 4 after 10 overs, setting 85 for victory here for the Entertainers here in Gibraltar. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in exactly 10 minutes to get the coverage underway as the Entertainers chase 85 for victory. You're watching match number 9 of the FanCode European Cricket T10 here in Gibraltar. Good evening and welcome back to a very windy and brisk Europa Point Stadium here in Gibraltar. You join me, Charlie Hunt, here on the European Cricket Network for the second innings of match number 9. Well, if that image doesn't tell you anything, I don't know what does. It is cold and windy here today, and you can even hear it swirling around. And that will give you an indication as to what the conditions are like here at the moment. Cold, windy, and very, very uncomfortable for a few, I'd say. That's 85 on the board then for the Sluggers, or 84 I should say. 85 is the target for the Entertainers as they look to try and get their second victory in the tournament. They're looking to try and get a bit of momentum under their belt. Avinash Pai at the top of the order, going back to the original plan. This is what they went for in the first couple of games of the tournament. Paddy Hatchman at the top of the order alongside Avinash Pai, who will take the first delivery. That's exactly what they're going for here. But a good evening though to everyone tuning in around the world, whether it be on Facebook potentially, or on YouTube, on the ECN European Cricket Network YouTube channel, or on FanCode in India. Very good evening to all of you. 85 is the target, and in confirmation then that it is going to be Lee Graham is the wicket keeper for the Sluggers. And well, this has picked up considerably over the last 5 minutes or so. There's a big gust and there's a lot of moisture coming across. We're right on the most southern point of Europe here in Gibraltar, and even on the 5 kilometres stretch of land, we're right on the end of it. So there's a mixture of the Atlantic Ocean and Mediterranean Sea being blown our way. This wind is proving to be a considerable force to be reckoned with. Just waiting for that clock to tick over the half an hour mark. Mid-Pudi will be the opening bowler then for Sluggers. Up against the birthday boy as well. Birthday boy Avinash Pai. Very warm, happy birthday to you, Avinash. I know he'll watch this back at some point. He always does. He's his very own critique. We're ready to get things underway here in Gibraltar, and it is going to be Mid-Pudi for the Sluggers. This is met with a full face of the bat, respected back to the bowler. Starts with a dot ball. Well, the square leg umpire and the square leg fielder are just showing you exactly what it's like. Avinash Pai down the ground for exquisite shot, and what a way to get off the mark, doing so with an elegant boundary. Comes down the track and gets a nice boundary under his belt early on. Again, we've seen it with Goodfellow of Entertainers, the wicket keeper. We're seeing it now with Graham standing back to a spinner, allows a batsman like Avinash Pai to really take the attack. This is Fuller, driven nicely, but also, of course, Mid-Pudi took an excellent return catch yesterday. He's a pretty confident fielder, pretty confident player as well. It's an interesting backstory as well to Mid-Pudi, which I will come on to in just a moment. This is lofted down the air. Does Varney will collect it. And it is just a single. Get an early look at Hatchman. But Mid-Pudi then, he's well travelled. And he had to stop playing a while ago due to an injury. Had a metal rod in his leg and a metal plate in his ankle. And then he's recently got back into the game, and well, he's in fine form at the moment, bowling and batting pretty well. This will just be 1 run. There you go. That's a snood being worn to full effect. It's super cold. It's not really much more words that you can use to describe it. This is driven, and once more driven superbly by Avinash Pai, and it's another boundary, and it's 10 off that first over. 10 for none after 1. Well, we saw that the percentage-wise is in the favour of the team batting second. They've won 53% of the matches so far in Gibraltar. 69 matches then without a golden ball. 69 matches without a golden ball. Of course, we went 405 matches last year without a golden ball until the Lisbon Capitals came up and took a victory, which was their only victory in the Coimbra series, or Miranda de Córdoba series last year. Kyron Stagno is going to be the man who takes the second over. That wind's just picked up even more again. You can see there it's a little bit uncomfortable for a few. This is going to be a no ball. It's going to be slapped away. Zamet will collect it, and they come back for the second. Cheeky running. It's going to be a free hit then. Bit of a loosener from Kyron Stagno. He'll blame it on the wind, I'm sure. Slapped well, straight to Gazvani, and it will just be a single. Looking at the weather app, and it's saying it's 10 degrees, but it certainly doesn't feel like 10 degrees. This is met with a full face of the bat. Again, we do apologise if there are moments that the cameras look a little bit shaky. There's really not much we can do about it at the moment. This time just down the ground for just one more run to the total. This time down the leg side. This will be a leg side wide, and they'll also come through for an extra run as well. Goes from bad to worse for the Sloggers. Not a good start to this second innings for them. This into the leg sides. Just be a single. It's been called a no ball as well. It's the second one for Stagno. One more and he'll be off, and it's an embarrassing way to go. See here, comes down, being called, given on the on-field. So this will be a free hit then. This is high in the air. This will be 6. Lovely shot. Hatchman cashes in on the opportunity, and it's a very nice way to get your boundary card open. Lovely shot from Hatchman, and it's 6 more. Keanu, well, first of all, very good. Happy New Year to you, Keanu. This is the first time I've seen of you on the YouTube chat. It says Charlie, is this the only place cricket is played in Gibraltar, or is there anywhere else? This is the only ground in Gib. This is where they play all of their cricket. Of course, a lot of these players venture up to Malaga, to Khartoum as well, to play some of their cricket. Down the ground, and that's 4. Exquisite hitting from Hatchman, and he's taking a liking to the bowling of Kyron Stagno. And that one just sits up like a beach, and he slaps it back down the ground. 4 more. And again, leg side they'll take on mid-body, and it will just be 1. Hatchman will keep the strike then. And at the end of the second over, Entertainers going along pretty well. They are 30 for none. So this is the story so far then here for those who need a catch-up. Sloggers and the Entertainers 2nd and 4th in the table respectively. Pirates at the top with 6 points, taking 3 from 4. Of course, that loss coming yesterday against the Sloggers. These two teams, Entertainers, they feel as if they've probably not done themselves justice, but they'll be hoping to try and resurrect that today. This is Midpudi continuing for his second over, and it starts with a single. There's a single. Means Avinash Pai comes back on. He's looked in better form here today on his birthday, of course. Has struggled a little bit in recent times. This is high in the air, and the wind's going to do all sorts to that one. But it's taken safely. That's a superb catch from the man running all the way behind him. That's Karin Stagno. Lucky he's got a number on his back because he's got a snood up. You won't be able to identify him, but a super catch from Stagno. Normally see him with the gloves, but that one just went up in the air and it was chasing this one behind him. But it's he manages to hold on, and it's the big wicket of Avinash Pai. He has to go for 11. First wicket down, then Entertainers are 31 for 1. New batsman out to the middle then, Louis Bruce. And the young man, he's trying to join Paddy Hatchman, who's 16 off 7 at the moment. Hatchman hasn't quite been able to build an innings. He's got a couple of starts, but he'll be hoping that this is the moment that it all changes. The birthday boy goes, Louis Bruce comes out then. Highest run scorer for the Entertainers at the moment, with 69 runs to his name. Got a higher score of 41. That was against the Pirates. Got an average of 23 at the moment, and he'll be hoping he can improve that a little bit. He's got a couple of deliveries though left of this second Midpudi over. It's a wide one. He flashes and flashes hard. The fielder manages to get an outstretched arm on that one. Change in field, then Stagno goes back to long on. Hatchman then, is he going to try and take him on? There he is, but this is going to be not going to be another 4. And Stagno, well, he's up for this one in the field today, isn't he? And superb bit of work. He did the hard work of getting round. He also got down low, and it was only meant to be a single there. Superb bit of work though from Stagno. This is short and missing out with Louis Bruce. Bit of a shorter delivery, but he wasn't able to quite pounce on this one. Emphatic take from Graham. Couple of words between bowler and wicket-keeper by the sounds of things. Midpudi certainly is a character in the middle. Last delivery, this is dragged and taken, and Midpudi gets another all-important breakthrough, and the man at square leg, Julian Ferroni, didn't have to move a muscle, and it's the second wicket to fall, and Louis Bruce goes for a disappointing 1 run, and it brings an end to a very good over. And Entertainers after 3 are now 33 for 2. Straight to the man at square leg, didn't have to move an inch. There you go, right to him, picked him out, couldn't have picked him out any better. It's disappointing from Louis Bruce. It's normally so good and pretty much a dead set for at least a couple of runs. But he was only able to get 1, and he has to go 33 for 2 then after 3. This wind is picking up every more and more every moment. Every moment that passes. Kiani saying how many of these guys play for Costa Sol or other teams because they're familiar names. A lot of them do. Again, obviously only about an hour drive up towards Malaga, so many will play up there to get a little bit more cricket. But, of course, a lot of them residing here. Good evening to Benjamin Stokes, joins us as well. I hope that answers your question, Kiani. New bowler is Christian Barbara. And he's going to start with a wide. That's another wide. Just struggling to find his rhythm from the off here. This one is on the money and Hatchman respects it, and we'll just push this for what should just be a single. Christian is the new batsman. He's come out to join Paddy Hatchman. Once again, this conditions here are not easy. That wind is swirling at a serious rate of knots. .49 runs required for victory then, off of only 41 deliveries, so an explosive start has really meant that this is what should be a simple chase, but with these conditions, it's never easy. This almost finds its way onto the stumps. Christian through the kitchen sink of that one, but he missed it. Almost, very nearly clatters into the stumps, but it's a dot ball after all is considered. Christian on strike, he'll be looking to try and contribute with the bat. He bowled extremely well, and he will get off the mark with a single. Just drops the bat and run. It's a good start for Christian. So Hatchman, who very rarely has been Mr. Reliable, he's got starts but hasn't been able to cash in. He's all of a sudden found himself being the man who's going to need to do so. This is straight back to the bowler. Nice times it. Badabada was pretty sure to just remind Christian that he's there and he's paying attention as to where he is in terms of his backing up. That's just a single into the offside yet again. Zamet is the man to do the fielding, and I'm expecting to see Brian Zamet with the ball. Of course, these two teams go at it again in match number 10. That is at 9:30 local time, so that'll certainly be an interesting one to come. Misses out on this one, swings and again throws the kitchen sink at it, and it ends up being a pretty tidy over. Only 5 off it for Christian Barbada, and at the end of the 4th, Entertainers 38 for 2. That's where we are here at the Europa Point Stadium. Beautiful facilities here for cricket. They've got a lovely indoor facility as well as some outdoor nets as well. When you're playing against Mother Nature in conditions like these, there's not much you can really do. Damon Delgado is the new bowler. Hatchman probably had enough time to play 4 different shots there, and he didn't quite choose the right one. Yes, Kiani, there is another match after this one. Match number 10 between these two teams again. Double headers every night. Clipped into the leg side. Charles Harrison. Keep it for yet again, it will just be a single. Delgado on the money, really, making it very difficult for the batsman. Change in field then for the right-hand, left-hand combination. It's always a tricky one to negotiate. Oh, that one is going to be a wide down the leg side. Christian leaving it, not opting to take it on. Rightly so. Get the extra delivery. This is lofted down the air, straight to Stagno. Puts it down. And after taking a very, very difficult catch to remove Avinash Pai, he puts arguably a pretty straightforward catch down, and Crichton gets an early life. Full toss, and this is a no ball, so it will be a free hit. And there will be a single as well. And that rain's also starting to come down a little bit harder now as well. Can't quite pick it up on camera, but this one, full toss. Oh, they'll take him on. And he misses. Oh dear, from a matter of feet away from the stumps. Delgado missing it from not far away at all. It was a free hit. It was the only way that they could get out. Well, they wasn't even near. It was a suicidal run, truth be told. He survives, does Crichton. Hatchman down the ground, Delgado unable to get a hand to it. And it will just be one more again. It's just a single. Last delivery then of the fifth. It won't be the last one, it'll be a wide. Trying to overcorrect himself, if anything. Slapped into the offside. And it will be a boundary. Nice shot there from Crichton. And it's a good way to end the over. Goes for 12. And 5 overs down. Brings up their 50. 50 for 2 after 5. 35 runs required then for victory off of just 31 deliveries. A very good evening and welcome to the commentary box, the commentary stand here in Gibraltar, the Europa Point Stadium, and these conditions are getting worse and worse, so much so there is a conversation going on. I'm just trying to see if I can get any information here. They're going to stay on at the moment, but the conditions are worsening, and see their umpires are coming together. This doesn't look as if it's getting any better. The rain is the issue now. The rain's picking up, as has the wind as well. It's not making it great there, and so much so I think we're just going to have a look at the condition of the pitch. Of course, player safety is our main concern, and as long as the pitch isn't too slippery, then and we're good to continue. We are going to carry on then. But of course, keeping an eye on the conditions. 50 for 2 then. 35 runs for victory. This will be pushed down the ground, and that will just be a single. Hatchman needs to be the man that stays there now, doesn't he, for the entertainers. If this game was to go to DLS, Duckworth Lewis even, it would. The entertainers are ahead. This is going to be a wide by Barbada. This is it completely, gets it all wrong. Keanu saying all wrapped up. If only you knew, Keanu. There's a number of layers at the moment. Wild swing from Christian. This is the struggle of facing bowling such as this. It's very slow, so you do need to create your own power, and that's where you make mistakes. As long as he gets it on the right area, Barbera and Delgado could be very, very difficult to get away, and that's exactly why. And if the keeper stood up, it's a different question. But at the end of this over, they still would be ahead even if they weren't to get any runs in this over from here on in. So they are ahead of Duckworth Lewis at this point. But it's just a matter of making sure that we can stay out as long as possible. The rain has cleared off a little bit. This is short and swung into the leg side. Hasn't quite middled it. It won't go all the way, and it will be kept to just one. Superb bit of work from the men out in the deep, and again running not as hard as they potentially could. But it's not nice out there, that's for sure. And again, driven, early call of just one as well. Zvani will collect it, and it will just be one more to that total. Just slowly eating away at this total, aren't they, at the moment? Chase asking if I need an extra jacket. I need extra everything. It's very, very chilly. This is just pushed offside. They're going to take it on. It's a bit of a wayward throw. It's well backed up, though. It will be yet again one more. And at the end of the sixth, slowly eating away at this total are entertainers. 55 for 2 after 6. Couple of extra jackets. I've got a heater on as well underneath me, but it's a little bit ineffective at this point with this wind. Story then for the bowlers. Stagno going for 20 off his over. He won't want to look back at that, but of course he has taken a few decent catches though. Of course that big one to take Avinash Pai away and out of the situation. And it looks as if it will be Damien Delgado is going to take us into his second over, into the 7th. And it is. That will be a wide. Delgado, a little bit unhappy with it, but it's certainly a wide. I think it's not really him putting the swing on that, that's more the wind. And this time waits on it nicely. Does Christian. And it's Freoni does the work. Will just be one more. Hatchman 24 off 17 for him at the moment. Only a 4 and a 6 to his name. Hasn't really had to take any risks. Doesn't need to either, as long as he can just keep on chewing away at this total set by the Sloggers of 85. Well, this is another wide. Yet again, that wind is taking effect. They're just waiting to just pause in play. Many apologies. Back underway though straight away. This is hit straight back to him. Delgado with a bit of an appeal, but I think Christian was well within his ground. I believe he got a touch on it. He's pretty confident. See here, Christian in his ground anyway, so no worry about that. But he survives. It's just yet again another single. Just dealing in singles at the moment are entertainers. It's been singles and wides and no balls since the 4th, really. Pushed into the offside for yet again just another single. So then, rain continues to come down a little bit now. It's blowing right across your screens. It's not easy out in those conditions. This one as well to reach the batsman. Hatchman manages to dig it out. Well, Mike's got a good point as well, saying he reckons that wides and singles will probably do it, and you'd probably be correct at the moment. So now it's 25 off of 21, 24 off 20 now after that single, so yeah, could do it. There will be a few wides. This one missing by quite a fair distance, but again, Crichton just can't seem to find a way of getting it off the wicket. He's just not reading it, is he? Again, it looks easy on screen, but I can certainly assure you that trying to bat and play cricket out there is not easy. But again, huge credit to the players for staying and sticking at it. And at the end of the 7th over, Entertainers are 61 for 2. Well, news coming up then. This second game of the evening scheduled to take place in about half an hour's time exactly. News from the toss. The Entertainers have won the toss and they're going to go ahead and bat first. So they'll be batting twice on the trot. Amanash Pai and, of course, Paddy Hatchman, Lou Bruce. Looking at that squad there, I don't think there's many changes at all. And, of course, Kyron Stagno as well, still in the team for Sloggers. And at the moment, you can see there, they're just again reassessing that pitch, just to whether or not it gets a little bit too slippery. That's the only concern at the moment. This one just pushed into that offside. That's exactly what's going on at the moment. Those are the conditions. That's the rain coming across, and the wind is picking up as well. Harrison starts well though with just one. This again stays low, and Crichton just turns it around that corner, and it'll just be another one. But that rain is still ever present. He can pick it up now as well. That's how strong it's getting. Again, a huge credit to the players for obviously putting themselves through this, because it's not pleasant, but it's what they want to do, and that's why, because Hatchman can pull off shots like that, waits for it nicely and just turns it around the corner. Brilliant shot from Paddy Hatchman, and at the moment he's batting his way into Entertainers history, because it looks as if he's going to be the man that could take them to a well-earned victory here. Just got to keep on pushing away and keep plugging away. However, the umpires are meeting together again, and we are going to come off. That rain has just become a little bit too persistent. You can see there, everyone racing away. That rain's just picking up more and more, and so we are going to have to take a rain delay here. And of course, we'll be trying to get ourselves back out onto the middle as soon as we can. But at the moment, it's just looking as if this rain won't go away. It just keeps on coming, and it's falling. I'm looking down across the ground now, and it just seems to keep on coming down. So we'll do our best to try and get ourselves back out there. But of course, we have got that second game that's scheduled at 9:30 local time. So that's in half an hour's time, or just under 28 minutes exactly. So we will try and keep you updated as much as we can. But of course, there's really not that much that we can do. Of course, when the elements come at you here, there's not much you can do. Of course, cover's going on straight away. Okay, yeah, we can't do much then. So rain delay here at the moment, and we will try our best to give you an update. Do keep an eye on the website. That's where you'll get updates first of all, ecn.cricket. But until then, we'll be back as soon as we can. That's the rain delay here at the moment. Entertainers 67 for 2, 7.3 overs gone. that we're battling against the elements. Do keep an eye out. We will be back as soon as we can. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to a bit of a wet and windy couple of moments here in Gibraltar. And of course, you would have just seen on your screen a couple of moments ago the confirmation. Then the Entertainers beat Sloggers by 6 runs by way of Duckworth Lewis. Then there in match number 9. Not much we can do here when you're playing against Mother Nature. There really isn't much that you can do. You can hold out there for as long as you can, but it was just getting to a point where the players and officials and everyone was struggling, of course, with the likes of the wind and the rain as well, just adding up to not being really the perfect conditions for cricket at all. As for match number 10, we will wait for a confirmation, and as soon as we have any updates, of course, we will get them across to you in any way, shape or form that we can. Do go ahead and make sure you're paying attention, of course, to the stream. Of course, that's where you'll be getting a lot of information as well. I'll be popping along every now and then to give you guys a bit of an update, and of course, paying attention to our social medias, of course, on all of our channels, on everyone over there, and also on our website. Of course, that's where you're going to get a lot of confirmation of stuff there. But do make sure you keep tuning in, because we will try and give you an update as soon as possible on match number 10. But at the moment, things aren't looking great. That rain is still pouring down, and the wind is still gusting as well. So do keep sure that you are keeping posted with any updates, and we will try and get those out to you as soon as possible. Until then, we'll hopefully see you very, very soon. But do keep posted. Good evening, welcome back to Gibraltar here at the Europa Point Stadium. We've got a bit of an update for you, and it might not be the one you want to hear. However, it has been taken into account, of course, all the conditions and stuff, but match 10 will be postponed. Not abandoned, it will still get played. With just updates will come as to when that game will be rearranged, but it will take place. But of course, updates will come as we work out when that happens. But that will be the end of today's play. There's not much more we can do, of course, with this rain and stuff. It's really important that we take into the safety of the players and officials out in the middle. It's so slippery out there, of course, with the artificial outfield and stuff. So there isn't much more we can do. Even if the rain was to stop now, it'd still be way too slippery to play on. And, you're running the risks of injuries and stuff that no one really wants to see, of course. And we take the safety of players and officials very, very seriously here at the ECN. And, of course, without them, we don't get any cricket. So that's what the situation is at the moment. Of course, it's not one that we want to have to bring the news to you, but it's what's been given to us, of course. So that will be the end of today's play. Of course, we saw that earlier game, match number 9. Of course, the Entertainers being a winner, so they will take 2 points out of this evening's play, but they won't take any more, of course, due to the weather conditions. Again, just to reiterate. So match number 10 postponed, hasn't been abandoned, it has been postponed, so we will get that match rearranged at some point. It will be played throughout this tournament, so we haven't lost it, it will still be played. And an update as to when that will happen, we will give that to you as soon as we can. Now you'll have to, of course, just pay attention to all of our social media channels, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of the likes, Telegram as well. And also, it'll be on our website, ECN Cricket. That's where you're going to most likely get all of the updates. So do make sure you're paying attention in 10. So that's all we've got for you here this evening. It's a little bit short and sweet, but at least we still got some cricket in. But when Mother Nature comes in, there's not much more you can do. So do make sure you tune in tomorrow. Well, we will hopefully have 2 more games coming your way. Until then, my name's been Charlie Hunt. You're watching the FanCode European Cricket T10 here in Gibraltar. Good night.